Law of attraction is always working, whether we know it or not. We create our experiences, pleasant ones and unpleasant ones, through the focus of our thoughts, and energize these thoughts into beingness or physical reality through our emotions. The real trick is to get the law of attraction or the laws of quantum physics to work for us. That is to consciously manifest these physical experiences into our lives rather than letting our limiting beliefs and past experiences bounce around in our heads haphazardly and leaving things to chance, as some would call it. Chance is really just the lack of understanding of how powerful we are and the ability to curate the experiences we have and allowing things to just happen to us without knowing how they happened. In this video, I'll share with you one of the most important things you have to do, probably the most important thing that will allow you to master your reality and your ability to consciously create the experiences and situations you experience. Hey conscious creators, welcome back to my channel and to a new video, or welcome if this is your first time. My name is Jason and I make videos to help you create the life of well-being, abundance, love, and joy that you truly deserve by becoming more aware of how your inner world affects everything around you. If you like content like that, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below and tap on the notification bell so you can be notified of upcoming videos. So you might be asking yourself, well, what is the one thing that I have to do in order to master conscious manifestation? The answer to this question is quite simple. It's one word and it starts with a P. I'll give you a quick second to see if you can get it. If you said practice, then you would have gotten it right. Practice is one of the things that is so overlooked when it comes to learning anything, including using law of attraction to consciously manifest the things you want to experience. When it comes to learning anything, practice is the key to success. In the beginning, whether you're learning an instrument like the piano, learning how to sell real estate, learning how to surf or drive, the more you do it, the better you'll get. Of course, some things take more practice than others. Learning how to drive a car takes less time and practice than learning how to play the piano, for most people anyways, but the process is exactly the same. You have to do the work. The biggest struggle is usually in the beginning, especially for anything that the mind perceives to be difficult. For example, learning how to play the piano may take years or decades to master. Having taught piano for quite a few years, I've seen the process many times, and it's clear to see that the students that practice the most almost always improve the most. In the beginning though, it's the most difficult because we all have an image or goal of what we want to attain. Let's say, for example, playing the piano, maybe you're inspired to play the most difficult Bach fugue and have that vision in your mind, but your hands are only quick enough to play Mary Had a Little Lamb at the moment. This is much like aspiring to growing 4 inches when you're feeling less than average height most of the time, or aspiring to healing your body and being perfectly healthy when you're in chronic pain. When you think about your end goal from where you're standing right now, your goals will often seem daunting and unachievable, and this is totally natural. It's important to remember that there are steps in between where you are and where you want to be, just like there's a road to travel if you want to go from point A to point B. There's a process that if you stick with will definitely get you to your goal. So now the question is, what am I supposed to be practicing? In the past, I would have said meditation, but I've come to understand that the word is a bit vague, and also lots of times when people hear that word, they immediately get turned off because they think it's too hard. So instead of saying that you should practice meditating, I'm changing it to the practice of feeling good. And that really is it. Because when I meditate, the end goal is to feel not just good, but bliss, and in the feeling place of complete freedom, joy, gratitude, love, fulfillment, etc. Now, there are many ways to get there, and there are different levels of this feeling. You may feel joy or gratitude while having dinner with your family, or enjoying a day off from work, relaxing, or playing a sport, or doing something you love to do. More often than not, The joy and exhilaration you may feel from doing something like that is a great entryway into the pure feeling of fulfillment, joy, freedom, that you'll need to practice in order to begin leveraging the power of the universe which lies within you. In a deeper, more focused state, which some people may call meditation or prayer or visualization, you can access these states in a much more immersive capacity because you're not distracted by your thoughts and your actions or conversations, etc., and fully embody or become these energetic frequencies of love, joy, gratitude, freedom, etc. Certain thoughts of your past or maybe of a future reality you've practiced enough in your mind during your meditations or visualizations to know that it's a certainty can and will also bring about these high vibrational feelings. It's important to take time every day to practice in a quiet place, feeling good, feeling whole and complete, and feeling loved, or just simply practice the feeling of love. You can think of your pet or your child or your significant other, parent, and think of the love you have for them and practice basking in that feeling. This feeling of love is the frequency of the creative source, and when you practice this feeling, you naturally become a cooperative component for unity consciousness. That is embodying and understanding that everything is one, and that through this feeling you generate of love, you are naturally inclined to help others find their greatest expression of that divinity within themselves by expressing and being the best you. It's also important to remember that you are the scientist of your own life. Only you know what works for you, which is why it's so important to take the initiative to practice, because as you practice, you will evolve and find ways to get into that state that work best for you, based on your own individual experiences. Also, remember to keep trying new methods if a method you're using isn't getting you into that feeling place. The best way to figure out if it's working is to observe whether or not the manifestations are coming by looking for signs of it manifesting. The early signs are people randomly talking about the exact subject you're working on manifesting, or stumbling across a TV ad or something, an email, something at the mall or at the store. Take those signs as the universe responding to your thoughts and feelings. It's important to have an arsenal of thoughts and memories that you regularly meditate on or visualize, so that you can easily get into that state of gratitude and to use those thoughts and memories as emotional triggers during the day to help you get into those states. Sometimes one thought you usually use to help get you into that state may not work that great. So in those cases, switch to a different thought or memory and keep switching until you find something that easily gets you there. We can only use books and lectures from people as a guide, but when we do the work ourselves, we actually begin to understand what we've learned through these books and other people. And instead of it just being a concept to us, it becomes an experience and knowingness. You can take 1,000,000 piano lessons, but until you actually put your hands on the piano, you won't have the actual experience and understand the actual road and process it takes to master the piano. Same thing here. You can watch thousands of videos, thousands and thousands of hours on law of attraction, but not until you start applying the concepts in your everyday life and practice. These concepts will only remain concepts and will always remain just a belief that law of attraction works, rather than a knowingness through your experience. So take the time every day to practice if you want to get good. And believe me, you're fully capable of creating everything you desire. And if that mastery of your life is important to you, and raising the vibration of not just you, but this whole planet, then you'll make this your top priority and will put the time and effort in. And also remember that there is a process, and sometimes it may seem like you're getting nowhere. This is absolutely normal. Just because it seems like you're not getting anywhere, keep doing the work. Sometimes you'll have breakthroughs and then fall back to old habits for a while before having another breakthrough, but this is all part of the process. It's like hiking a mountain. It seems like you're not getting anywhere, but then once you stop and you take a look down, you see how far you've come. So just keep going. It took me at least 3 tries healing myself of the flu before being successful at healing myself of it. And now I don't ever get sick the way I used to because one, I learned how to balance my energy before getting to the point where negative energies need to manifest in my body as an illness. And two, I got rid of my fever twice by meditating for just 2 hours each time. And I have the experience and knowingness that it indeed works. You too will have the knowingness when you are dedicated to practicing every day, which will become every hour and every minute of your life. You'll get so good at it that it'll become second nature and you'll be able to hold the vibration while you're eating, driving, playing tennis, etc. This is the evolution of human existence, a whole new paradigm shift to living in the state of gratitude no matter what we're doing. It's possible and it's happening now because of you. Bless you all on this magical journey of self-discovery. It all starts with each and every one of us. We are indeed the change. I'll see you all in the next video.